morning. We are a team Pet Dogs. I am Pooja. I come from finance and accounting for 6 years of experience. I have a 3 years experience in the food industry and plus 2 years experience in customer care and retention. I am looking for a career in the tech sector.
I'm Kevin. I have 8 years of experience in retail.
It's difficult to buy from ethical and human pet seller and baker. There are large number of pet seller and baker who treat their animal badly. It is difficult and time-consuming for prospective pet owner to find seller and baker who treat their animal well.
There are puppy mills where breeding dogs are kept in filthy, unclean cages at all times and are physically abused by their owners. The dog's only function is to produce litters. They are nothing more than cash cows. Ethical pet buyers want to avoid these outfits. Connecting pet buyers with pet sellers is like Tinder. You can't always tell the good ones from the bad ones. The solution? PAWSitive PetStarz. PAWSitive PetStarz is a comprehensive, feature-rich application that helps prospective pet adopters connect with ethical pet suppliers. An interactive map helps pet adopters find suppliers in their area, and a system of periodic reviews lets pet adopters rate pet suppliers and describe their experiences. PAWSitive PetStarz was founded by April Shimko in 2022. April is a strategic professional with extensive training and experience in product management, continuous improvement, project management, estimating, leadership, and customer service in the construction and manufacturing industries. And it's time for a walkthrough. We were given a code base that was built by a team of students from SAIT. What you see is pre-existing code. We were tasked primarily with changing the data entry feature for pet suppliers to reflect a new schema. I'm currently logged in as a supplier, and I have 4 pets available in my store. I'm going to add a new pet to my inventory. I need to enter information about this pet plus some medical records, plus contact information for the veterinarians that have tended to it. This pet's name is going to be Polly. It's a parrot, Norwegian blue. It was born on April 1st of this year. The drag and drop feature was part of the pre-existing code. We just integrated it into our system. So I'm going to add some pictures now. And I want this picture to be our main picture, so I'm going to move it to the front. Polly is a female. Start the timer. And it's of medium size. Now we have a couple of medical records to add. The first one was on April 14th. It was just a simple nutrition and weight check. Came in at 5.5 kilograms. And the vet noted that it is pining for the fjords. Record is added. Had another visit on May 1st to receive a vaccination. It was given the vaccine of placebo. No weight was taken this time. It's due for another vaccination in September, and we'll make a note of the lot number. We received a vaccination certificate, so I'm going to add it here. And this is now all put into the database. Now we need to add some contact information for the vets that saw the parrot. We'll start with, that's us. They're in Calgary. And the vet's name was H.G. Moreau. And now we have that entered into the database. Unfortunately, Dr. Moreau has disappeared. The only clue to his absence was a brochure for a cruise to the South Pacific. So we'll deactivate him and add a new record for Dr. Pet Vet. The new veterinarian is taking care of this person. And they're operating out of Castle Brighton Stein in the village of Frankenstone. Their phone number is 403-555 Igor. And so now we have our second record here. So now we can save this to the database. And we'll show you how this fits in with the rest of the code. Here's the map interface. Again, most of what you see here is pre-existing code. We built in this little fill-in form. So let's say we wanted to look just for bats. And we got filtered by a bat. Let's say we just wanted to look for the male pets. And there all the male pets are. And that concludes the walkthrough.
To build features, we use Vite and React.js to run the front end, and we use useState and useEffect control our components.
Axios, Formic, and React Toastify are some of the third-party modules that we worked with to operate the fill-in forms. The backend runs on Node.js with Express.js, and we work with JavaScript web tokens for authentication. Our client April had put together, that's your line.
Our client Appler had put together a detailed plan. We use Figma and Product for the project management, Visual Studio Code and MongoDB Compose for development, and Git and GitHub for coding in a team. Understanding the existing code. We study it for a bit, then work it to see how it functions. Understanding requirements, especially how the front end communicates with the back end.
We lost a team member early on, and we adjusted our project set of deliverables to stay on target. We sometimes had difficulty understanding what was expected from us, so we asked more questions and got clarification on the specifications.
I gained knowledge about problem-solving technique, team member and communication, as well as how to work with the existing project. Participating in code review taught me about the development style and technology. Receiving Comment and suggestion help me to learn other and improve my coding skill. Version control system like these are differently used when you are working in a group. Learning to manage code repository, resolve merging conflict, and work with branch help me to gain great understanding of the code management. Adopt agile principle to improve project outcomes.
You're muted, Kevin. Kevin, you're on mute.
Sorry. I learned the new features of JavaScript that were introduced with ECMAScript 6. I learned how to use Node.js, Express.js, React.js, and Vite. I learned how to use Visual Studio Code. I learned how to use MongoDB, Mongoose, and MongoDB Compass to develop non-SQL database sets. I learned how to use Trello and Figma. I learned how to collaborate with coding through GitHub. I learned how Scrum meetings work, and I still need to work on my estimating skills. I learned how to dive deeper into problem analysis, like writing text explanations or looking for unintended consequences. I learned more about myself through Lumina, the most comprehensive personality analysis that I'd ever undergone. I learned how to hack Discord. This is the most fun thing. I learned how to hack Discord to download a profile picture and find a hidden invitation to apply for a job. We would like to thank April for giving us the chance to work on this project, to Steve for leading and guiding us. I'd like to thank all the staff and facilitators and instructors at Inception U, all of whom have contributed to our edification over the past 6 months. We'd like to thank all of our peers at Cohort 10 for all the support they've given us. And especially, we'd like to thank you for watching our presentation. Ta-da!